What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Jason the X back with another review, and today I am taking a look at the Ramen Toy The Marshall figure. Now, if you don't know this character, this is bravestarr. This is from the 1987 cartoon released by Filmation, and this is one of the last cartoons that Filmation ever did. Now, I love the bravestarr cartoon. I'm pretty sure I did have bravestarr, but the figure was not entirely accurate to what we saw on screen. But what Ramen Toy here has done is create a very accurate to the cartoon figure. Now, I pre-ordered this as soon as it became available. I had to have it. Also get in on the special pricing and everything. And I have to say, the figure is pretty good, but it is not perfect. And I do want to point out some things about that. I'm not going to just give it a pass because it is one of my favorite cartoons. But I do like the figure, and there's some improvements that can be made. So first off, let's go ahead and get the figure out of the way. We got Marshall bravestarr, well, the Marshall. So taking a look at the packaging, it's very nice. You've got the three sons of New Texas, where this took place. You can kind of see the mines where they took they mined the carium, which is what everybody went to New Texas for, was the carium rush. Let me move this back over. Very nice, kind of faithful to the, a little bit of change, The artwork on the inside of the box, oh, that is very nice. Of course, he, in the cartoon, had the powers of wolf, puma, eagle, and bear. So, eyes of the hawk, ears of the wolf, speed of the puma, strength of the bear. Yeah, it looks really good here. Has a nice little magnetic closure. Considering I just had the Hiya Toys, what was it, Judge Dredd, where it was Velcro that didn't hold very well, and it opened from the top to the bottom. So yeah, very good box. Got the Ramen Toy logo on the side. You've got some nice little depictions of art on here of the Marshall. On the back, got a nice shot of him with his neural laser, his star shield. Some more of the art there. The Marshall on top, Marshall on the side, and then, you got your warnings. These are adult collectibles. And of course, if you want to check out more of Ramen Toy, you can go right there, ramentoy.com. All right, so I did get the bonuses because I pre-ordered it early. I think they're still available if you get it on the website, but this is everything it comes with. You get 2 vests. Now, this one's more true to what the toy wore. bravestarr didn't really wear this in the show. The figure without this is kind of like what you see here. This is how he looked on the show. But then you have this that kind of came with the toy. I like it. It's got the gold badge there. On the back, you got some very nice tech detailing. Very like Masters of the Universe. And I like this one over this one, which is looks like the same mold, but they just cast it in white with a silver star. I'm not sure where this comes from. If you have an inkling of where it does come from, let me know. I do like how everything looks on it. It's a little bit more painted out than the blue one, but I like the blue one better. So yeah, you get the 2 vests, and you just put that over the figure's shoulders with the head off, and you can plug it in with these nice little straps here. So yeah, you get that. You get 2 head sculpts. One is kind of a smirking Marshall bravestarr, and this is probably the one I'm going to be sticking on the character the most. There is a little bit of like the paint kind of didn't like hit the edge a little bit there, but it's cool if he's wearing his hat, which, there's a bit of complaints about the hat. And then you have this very stoic face, which same thing, it's kind of like, it's like they missed this, but maybe it's intentional. Maybe it's like shine or something, but yeah, it just looks a little weird. But yeah, so you get 2 heads that come with it. By the way, the ponytails on these are posable. You can spin them on a little peg here. You got a little joint there that goes back and forth. I haven't tried twisting it at the base of the head. It does. It's a little stiff, but they do. So they put a peg on both sides of this joint. Good looking head sculpts. You get 2 hats, and this is part of the problem here. So you get 1 hat that just looks like the classic, got the little antenna on it. Very nice paint. The blue is picked out very well. The orange on the star above his hat. Now the other one has the where did I put it? Okay, this one has the optivisor pull down, because also he would use like this little microphone to communicate. It was like a little radio or whatever. Mine came a little bit like out misshapen because of the way it is in the packaging. I'm sure a little bit of heat. It's very soft plastic, and you can mold that. But yeah, you've got the Optivisors, I believe that's what it was called. And it is a clear plastic. I like that. A little bit of silver around the edge. Very nice. But the problem is, when you put this hat on, it does tend to like fit a little bit better. So I can put this one on and it stays on the head. It does look a little big on his head. I won't argue that. But this one stays on. The problem is when you get this one in here, and it does not. It doesn't even have like a set point that it rests at. It just, it will be different if it's sat on the head and then it just like, it found a place to stay. But it just doesn't. So I've seen people say put a little blue tack or maybe a piece of tape in there. And it is a little big. I have cowboy hats. I don't have a problem with that. It's just that it has no like set point to rest. And Ramen Toys did go out and say, yeah, the hat is kind of a weird fit. I think there's an opportunity to fix this. They are trying with a 30-30, his companion. Maybe they can get another hat out that'll be a little bit better fit. Just like just maybe a size down. Because when you look at them, I mean, they seem to be about the same size hat. It's just that this one tends to just like find a place on the head and kind of lock in there. You know, at least on this one. They're trying on the other one here. The kind of happy head here. Yeah, that stays on. So the hat is a point of contention, but I believe it's one that Ramen Toys can fix. Maybe just, you know, releasing another hat that's a better fit. Later on down the road, you know, maybe they'll take another shot at it. But I did pre-order this figure a while ago, and I'm kind of like, should that not have been, you know, caught or whatever? But I will put something in there to tape it because, you know, I don't want to end like my other bravestarr toy with losing his hat. So next you have, well, you know, you got the Star Shield, which has a peg that pegs into the left forearm. And we can demonstrate that. You see, you got an open peg here. And you just plug that in snugly into the arm. Very nice translucent orange plastic. I really dig it. One of my favorite weapons is the neutral laser. Is this the neutral? It's the neutral laser. I think that's what it was called. Very nice color on this. Now you had these actually had role play weapons where they would fire little lasers, and you could play with a toy. They had like little backpacks, and they could quick draw. This was a really cool toy line. I like the neutral laser, and it has its own holster, which it doesn't fit in. It kind of I like the holster. You got some steel rivets on there, like holding it in, but the holster does not hold the weapon in very well. And it has a little peg here. And you just put that peg onto the side of the armor here. I think my kid's doing something in the kitchen there. But yeah, so it pegs in there. The problem, it doesn't peg in very well. It's rather loose. Might benefit something, you know, to hold it in a little bit better. But. And then you have his hatchet. Very nice, good tech. Same colors that were used on the neutral laser. I like it. And it's got its own holster. You just throw that in there. Very nice. It also has a little peg to go on the right side. And then you just put it in there, and there you go. You got both of his weapons on his hips. Now this side you got some hands. You got two open hands, left and right, kind of cradling the rifle or holding the carium crystal. You got two trigger hands, left and right, two fists, and you have two C-grip hands for holding the hatchet or anything else. You also have a very nice poncho that comes with it. I don't remember this being in the cartoon. It might have been like in one of the first episodes. I'm going to display him with the poncho. I really dig it. It's a nice soft plastic. Fits very well on the figure. And then you get into the bonus items. You have the, what is this? The trans freezer. Transfusor rifle, it's same paint scheme as the gun. Got this nice long scope, and you can pose him holding this thing and get the scope right up to that. That is a heck of a scope too. But yeah, I remember this weapon. It was really cool. Came with the figure, and you get his amulet of. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more on there. You got the very nice. You got the bear, wolf, eagle, and puma on there. Of a soft plastic, and it actually has like a little bit of detail there. So it kind of looks like it's leather. I dig it. Nice paint sculpt. And even like making it look like it's going through the amulet. Very nice. And you get a carium crystal, translucent red. And it actually breaks apart to two smaller pieces. And they just kind of peg together here. It's just friction. But it holds together rather well. I do like they included the carium crystal. I want to say the toys came with a little carium crystal, but yeah, this was what the whole rush to New Texas was about, the carium crystals. So yeah, pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the figure. All right, I had to put a little bit more light on him. It was just a little bit dark, so. But here you go. You've got the Marshall all kind of geared up. Now, like I said, that hat looks a little big on him, and it doesn't fit properly, but you know what? It's okay. I just wish I could like get it down a little bit further, which might help to keep it on his head a little bit better. Now, it does allow you like many poses, like he can tip it back, he can tip it forward, you know, ma'am, and all of that stuff. But yeah, I would have liked to see a better fit on the hat. Now, the figure is very posable, but the joints, it's so many joints, it's kind of lining them up how you want them to go. Like if you want to get them like in a straight vanilla pose, but yeah, I mean, there it goes to the floor. Hold on. All right, had a little catastrophe there with the hat just falling off, but yeah, it doesn't stay on very well. We'll just have to, you know, we'll make some modifications. We've done it before, but we'll just put this aside. Now, like I said, the figure is very, very posable. You do have, like, looking at a little bit more detail on the figure, you got his star over here, very faithful to what we saw in the cartoon. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. This belt came upside down, but you can easily pick apart the ball joint at the either one of these joints and get that set straight. Now these additional pieces on his legs are actually like separate plastic. The covers on his boots, also his knees, and then you kind of have like this like a little fitting over the pants. I don't know what to call it, like a rubberized kind of for like his chaps. Why am I just can't find my words here. And this is like this was not a solid piece. It's kind of got the rubber diaper thing. And the belt is kind of very soft plastic. You want to kind of fit it over there, just right in that area. It's easy to come loose, but it's easy to put back. I like the little detail on the figure, just all the paint sculpts, or the paint hits on it. I mean, I'm digging it. I like the little silver on the belt buckle because there's a lot of good paint on this fig. And though I'm knocking the hat, and I will because it just, and I hate to harp on it because the rest of this is really, really good. I really like, I mean, I spent money on this, and I've never gotten a Ramen Toys product, but I'm very impressed by this because also the articulation on this guy. So you have toe articulation. I mean, it's not a Spider-Man figure. But we got some toe articulation. You got like a ball joint with the peg going up into the knee and into the foot. So you can go pretty far. And the little cover around his boot will actually stay in place. So yeah, you can get a lot of ankle articulation there. Nothing in the calf. You do get double jointed knees. You can't go very far because the knee pads start kind of getting in the way. I suppose you could remove them if you want to, but why would you? I mean, but I love these joints on Ramen Toys. These are some heavy-duty, sturdy joints. I'm impressed by that craftsmanship right there. And then you got a twist at the thigh. Very nice. I like how the like chap part kind of goes around there. You've got drop-down hips, which will help you when you want to go straight on. Oops, see, I popped the belt off. And, oops, there goes the gun. Stuff is going to fall off. But it goes forward about that far. It goes back about that far. You can back up, and I'm just gonna remove it because it's just gonna keep falling off. Now you have ball joints at the lower and top of the torso. Very, very expressive ball joints. And they're doing a 30-30 figure, his trusty steed and companion. So all that articulation is going to come in handy when 30-30 comes out. And look at that ball joint at the top, man. These are some super posable figures. I love it. It's just getting everything to kind of line up. There you go, just kind of, if you want to do like a straight vanilla pose. You got butterfly joints. Pretty good there, especially with all the gun poses that he can do. And I've got some pictures at the end where he's got the rifle up. It's very nice. He's got a cut at the bicep. It will go 360 degrees. This is a rubbery piece right here on the little pauldrons here. But look at those joints right there. I love these joints. They're like heavy duty on the double bar, on the double elbow there. Very clean. You got another joint with the peg going into the arm and into the hand. So you can rotate on that, and then you've got that joint. Well, there, I popped off the hand, so now you can see it. And it's actually got some indentations. Whereas with the Hiya toys, I felt very uncomfortable with the peg. I feel a lot more comfortable with this one because the hands are a bit of a softer plastic, and they seat very well, and they come off very well. So it's going to reduce the risk of breakage. The neck has a ball joint at the bottom, and if you haven't seen him without the head on, so he's got a ball joint at the bottom of the neck, a ball joint at the top, and a ball joint in the head, which makes for a very, very expressive figure. Like he can go, man. That's just some really good neck articulation. Other companies could learn something, and of course, a posable ponytail. You gotta love when people include things like that. Overall, I gotta say, I'm very pleased with the purchase, and this is a really good figure, especially for my first venture into some of the toy companies I'm collecting from these days, like Ramen and Hiya. This was a really good figure. Also, he sits just very well with his arms to the side. I can't complain about the construction of this figure and the quality of it. And granted, it is a higher end figure, so you are paying more. But man, it just really, it's really impressive at how good it feels and how it moves. So getting a little bit of a size comparison in, here he is with a Mezco Snake Eyes from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. The newest G.I. Joe Paratrooper right here. He is a bit on the tall side, but I think that's okay because bravestarr was always like really tall, so I'm okay with this. We got a Biker Mice from Mars over here, and of course a Marvel Legends Wolverine. So you get an idea of how big he is. He's very tall on the 1/12 scale, and I like it like that because I think, like I said, bravestarr was a tall man. So yeah, there you go. All right, so there you have it, guys. That is the Marshall figure from Ramen Toy. I love this figure. I love the cartoon that it came from. Very, very well put together figure. So I hate to keep harping on just the hat doesn't fit. It wouldn't bother me so much, but it falls off with every little thing you do. And I've seen people defend it, but it should be a little bit more snug on the figure. I know they may have been worried about paint or something like that. It's such, I hate to nitpick on it because the rest of this figure is high quality. It is very good. It hits all the points. Good craftsmanship, good paint hits, good accessories. I honestly love it. I can't wait to put it on my shelf, and I'm glad I purchased it because bravestarr was one of my favorite cartoons and the last thing that Filmation put out before they shut down. Anyway, guys, I'm Jason the X. Oh, I'm sorry. And the voice actor, he was Casey Jones. He was Casey Jones in Pat Fraley. I had to look over my computer. He voiced Casey Jones on the original Ninja Turtles. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Anyway, guys, I'm Jason the X. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.